Good morning students. Subject history, standard 10, lesson number 1, historiography, development in the West. Okay, in the previous lectures we have seen 1.1, 1.2 and 1.3. Now we are going to see the point 1.4, notable scholar in Europe. Notable scholar means that is the expert or we can say intellectual scholars. So from Europe. Just see for the first one, that is René Descartes. So René Descartes' book was Discourse on the Method. You have to underline this one because it is very important. You have to know the book's name of the scholars. So the first scholar René Descartes and his book was that is Discourse on the Method. His birth was on 1596 and death was on 1650. He was from France country. Now see the information or we can say thoughts of René Descartes. The thought of René Descartes, according to him, he said that it is very important to verify the reliability of historical documents. We have to verify the reliability of historical documents, whatever the documents may be, but we have to verify them by critically examining them. Also, we have to critically examine them. Not only verifying reliability, but also we have to do critically examining. Okay. Also, he said that never to accept anything as the truth till all round of doubts are excluded. We should not say that this document is real documents till all rounds of doubts are excluded. Means when all documents will be verified, will be that is critically examined, that time you have to accept this one. But what we have to do first, we have to do all round of doubts are excluded, means see the doubts are clear or not clear. Next one, that is the Voltaire. Second notable scholar is Voltaire. His birth was on 1694 and death was on 1778. So he is also from France country. Just see, he opined that means his opinion is that in historiography the focus should not be only on objective truth. We should not give focus only on objective truth or chronologically of historical events or chronology of historical events. Chronology means that is in increasing order. The events are written in increasing order. So we should not do only that is objective study, but we have to do the orders. We have to check the orders which are in chronological or not chronological order. Then next point is that prevalent social tradition, trade, economy, agriculture should also be considered an important part of it. That is the social tradition, trade, economy, agriculture should also be considered an important part of it. Also he said that understanding all the aspect of human life is important for history writing. We should understand all the aspect of the life of human being, and this will be helpful or important for the history writing. He is known as founder of modern historiography. You should underline this one, that is Voltaire is known as founder of modern historiography. You have a fill in the blanks in your exercise. He dash is known as founder of modern historiography. That time you have to fill the answer. Voltaire is known as founder of modern historiography. Now next one, George William Friedrich Hegel. His birth was on 1770 and death was on 1831. His book, that is, he has written two books. First one is that Encyclopedia of Philosophical Sciences. This is the first book, and Reason in History is the second book. See again, Encyclopedia of Philosophical Sciences and second book, Reason in History. His thoughts are that historical reality should be presented in a logical manner. Historical reality should be presented in a logical manner. Second point from his thought that the order of historical events are indicative of progress. Means it is of indicative progress. Okay, so we can say that real history can present in these events. Now, over a period of time, the presentation of history will definitely change as new evidences will come forth. Okay, what I said? Over a period of time, means after a long time, the presentation of history will definitely changes as new evidences will come forth. Means new evidences, new proofs will come, and there we will see the modern history by reading all the events, whatever present there, whatever given there. In this way, in this lecture we have seen the notable scholar, three more notable scholars, that is René Descartes, second one Voltaire, and third one George William Friedrich Hegel. So remaining scholars are also there. So we will see in the next part of this lecture. Thank you very much. Good morning student. Standard 10th, subject history, lesson number 1, historiography development in the West. In the previous lecture we have seen 1.4 point, and from that we have seen the notable scholar, three notable scholars we have seen. These are René Descartes, Voltaire, and third one, that is George William Friedrich Hegel. Now we are going to see the fourth notable scholar is Leopold von Ranke. Leopold von Ranke. His birth was on 1795 and death was on 1886. The books which were written by him, The Theory and Practice of History, is the first book, and the second book which was written by him, The Secret of World History. He was from Germany. Okay, two books were written by him, The Theory and Practice of History, and the second one, The Secret of World History. So his thoughts were that he gave a lot of importance of information gathered through original documents. He gave a lot of importance to whom? The information gathered through original documents. Means we should gather the original documents and then we have to believe on it. It is the opinion or the view of, that is, Leopold von Ranke. He also stated that all types of documents related with the historical events should be examined minutely with great care. Means, according to him, all types of documents related with the historical events should be examined minutely with great care. Means we have to examine with great care, means a critical care or a deep care. Then he believed that it was possible to reach the historical truth with this method. If we use this method, which method? That is examining the documents with a great care. So it will be possible to reach the historical truth with this method. He influenced historical writing of the 19th century. He was greatly influenced by the historical writing of the 19th century. Okay, so this is the views or thoughts of Leopold von Ranke. Next one, Karl Marx. You know Karl Marx. So the birth of Karl Marx was on 1818 and death was on 1883. The book which was written by him, that is Das Kapital. You have to write this one because you have to fill in the blanks, or there is a question, that is sub question number B from question number 1. Identify the wrong pair. That time this question will be asked to you. Okay. So his country is, that is same, that is Germany. He is also from Germany country. His thoughts were that history is not about abstract ideas. History is not about abstract ideas, but about living people. Okay, means it is not about abstract ideas, but about the living. Abstract means that is non-living, we can say. Okay, but it is about human or living people. Human relationships are formed not only by the fundamental needs. Human relationships are formed not only by fundamental needs of people and the ownership, but also by prevalent means of production to meet those needs. Here, the human relationship are formed not only by the fundamental needs of people and the ownership, but also it is formed by prevalent means of production to meet those people. The accessibility to these means may not be same for different strata of the society. Different strata means a layer, or you can say level of the people according to their status in society. So different strata of the society. Okay, the class which owns the means of production exploit the rest of the classes. The higher class or the owner will be exploiting to the rest of people, means the workers or the servants who are doing the job in their under their ownership. Okay, so the class which owns the means of production, they exploit whom? The rest of people from the society or the classes. Then the uneven distribution of means of production in the society leads to class struggle. Uneven distribution means not equal distribution, means that is unequal distribution of the means of production is the cause to create struggle in the society. So in the society it leads to class struggle. So according to him, the distribution of means of production should be equal. Also he said that the people who are the servants or doing the job of working worker, so they are exploited by whom? By the that is owner of the production, owner of the means of the production. So this is the thought of Karl Marx. Here in this lecture we have seen the fourth, that is Leopold von Ranke's notable scholars information, and the fifth one, that is Karl Marx notable scholars information. In the next lecture we will see the remaining part of the lecture. Thank you very much. Good afternoon student. Standard 10th English medium, subject history, and the lesson historiography development in the West. We are going to see here notable scholar in Europe. Now the sixth scholar from the list of notable scholar is Michael Foucault. Okay, so birth of Michael Foucault was on 1926 and the death was on 1984. He was from France country. So the book which was written by him, name of the book is The Archaeology of Knowledge. Okay, we will see now the information or the thoughts of Michael Foucault. Just see, according to him, the opinion of Michael Foucault is, he said that to present history in chronological order is not right. If someone wanted to present history in chronological order, it is not right, he said. Then also he said the objective of archaeology is not to reach ultimate historical truth, but to explain the various transitions in the past. Means what we have to do? The objective of archaeology is not to reach ultimate historical truth, okay, but to explain the various transitions in the past. Whatever the events are done in the past, we have to explain there, and we have to write these as a chronological order. But they should be ultimate historical truth. They should be the genuine historical truth events. Then third one, he acknowledged that subjects such as science of medicine, psychological disorders, prison administrations are valid for historical analysis. So according to him, that is points, science of medicine, psychological disorders and the prison administrations are the valid for historical analysis. If we want to do analysis of the historical events, so these three things are very important. First is science of medicine, second one is of psychological disorders, and third one is of prison administration. Thus the scope of historiography kept continuously expanding. In this way, the scope of historiography kept continuously expanding, means spreading. Then writing of histories of various subjects like literature, architecture, sculpture, drawing and painting, music, dance, drama, films and television, etc. came into practice. Means after writing this one, okay, after getting this information, the scope of historiography kept continuously expanding, means progressive. And the writing of history is also on various subjects. These subjects are literature, architecture, sculpture, drawing and painting, music, dance, drama, films and television. These are and they came into practice. Okay, so in this way, here in this lecture we have seen the notable scholar, and from the notable scholar Michael Foucault. Now we will see the Simone Beauvoir, okay, the feminist. We will see the information about Simone Beauvoir in the next lecture. So you have to write this one in your notebook. Thank you. Good afternoon student. Standard 10th English medium, subject history, lesson number 1, historiography development in the West. In the previous lecture we have seen notable scholar from Europe. Now we are going to see the information about Simone de Beauvoir. So her birth was on 9th January 1908 and the death was on 14 April 1986. She was a French writer. She was an intellectual. She was an intellectual personality, also political activist, feminist and social theorist. means she has taken her participation in the political events. Okay, and then intellectual means scholar personality she has. Also that is social theorist. Then we see, though she is not considered herself a philosopher, she had a significant influence on both feminist existentialism and feminist theory. Means on feminist existentialism and feminist theory she is going to, means she is taking her interest in both the things. She wrote many novels and treatises on philosophy. She wrote many novels and treatises on philosophy. A woman has to live in a male-dominated society. A woman has to live in a male-dominated society and follow the values set by men. Whatever the values were set by men, she is following all the values. She cannot from her values because of which it becomes difficult for a woman, because she is following the values of male, that is main person. Okay, so she cannot from her values because of which it becomes difficult for a woman to make her existence meaningful. Her ideas laid the base of feminist movement and strengthened it. Whatever the ideas means she has presented, we have seen here that ideas laid the base of feminist movement and strengthened it. Writing of women were included in the historiography. Writing of women were included in the historiography because of her, because of Simone de Beauvoir, because she started writing on the topic which just male are writing at first, that is men were writing, but now she has started writing, and after that some women also participated in writing the history of, that is history of medieval time and history of modern times. Now dialectics. Next point is dialectics. In order to understand the true nature of an event, one needs to know its opposite. For example, that is true, false, we have to know what is true and what is false. Good, bad, which is good, which is bad, we have to know very well, so etc. Okay? In order to understand the true nature of an event, one needs to know its opposites. For example, true, false, good, bad, etc. A theory called thesis. A theory called thesis is proposed at the beginning. It is followed by another theory called antithesis. Okay, means opposite to each other, which is contrary to thesis. Means antithesis is contrary to thesis. The method of analysis of history which is based on opposites is known as dialectics, and the method of analysis of history which is based on both the ideas, that is opposite ideas, is known as dialectics. So in this way we have seen the lecture, we have seen in this lecture the points Simone de Beauvoir, her personality, and then we have seen dialectics. So the lesson number 1, historiography development in the West, is over here. So in the next lecture we will see lesson number 2. So till what, you have to underline these points and try to learn these answers for your good marks. Thank you very much.